listener, and welcome to Book 2, Chapter 20 of Bite-Sized Tales, the audio flash fiction podcast. In today's story, we continue the tale of a Book 1 favorite, Fig and Darcy.
Fig and Darcy, Part 2. Written by Dot Moore. Read by Dot Moore and Michael Waldschlager II.
Back and forth, back and forth. He paced in front of the panel-sliding doors, waiting for the opportunity to get to me. I started shaking as the adrenaline coursed through my blood, sending bodily alarms to every muscle and nerve. Yet there I sat, frozen, holding on to Fig, just staring back at the horror before me. Fig let out a low, rumbled growl, and the pinch of his claws contracting through my jeans snapped me out of this trance. I rolled my shoulders and adjusted slowly and deliberately to shift Fig into my backpack. He meowed in disagreement, but settled into the large pocket of my pack without much argument. I slipped it back over my shoulder and shifted my weight to stand again. The Fury beat his fist against the plexiglass of the window. I jumped and glared back at them. They were once a man, if I had to guess, but the past idol likely put him to near death with how pale and skinny he appeared. That was the thing about Furies that confused everyone. There was no basis for their violence, no motive that we could discern, even at this point. Furies didn't become mindless, flesh-eating zombies with a beat-down complex. No, they hunted for sport. Like whatever imbalance caused this reaction was the dormant side of human nature to kill, the purest form of rage and aggression. I stepped forward past the first row of seating on the train and stood in the vestibule between the two doorways to the platform on either side. The Fury followed and continued his agitated pace back and forth. I turned away from him to look across the other side of the platform and saw the two other Furies, bloodied, leaving the conductor station. Their shoulders rose and fell with exhausted breaths from beating that poor person to death. Another thing that always confused me. Why didn't Furies attack each other? They continued forward, pausing before getting to the doors of the train, and the other man of the group broke the silence.
You can't just stay in there, girlie. Gots to come out at some point.
He grinned wickedly, and for some reason I took note of the black buildup between his teeth and gums. It looked like he'd eaten a brick of charcoal, or way too many Oreos with not enough milk to wash it down. Yeah, I know, who would be thinking of food at a time like this? The first Fury growled in response.
She won't come out. She's too scared, too timid, like a little mouse.
The three of them barked with sinister laughter. I stood there, looking back and forth from door to door, watching each of them begin to pace, shuffling along the side of the train, waiting for my next move. I was stuck unless I could get the train rolling again. Before the crisis, I was attending University of Chicago for environmental studies. I was hoping to eventually find a job with the state or local government as a sustainability specialist, and my degree and minor experience in the field is undoubtedly the reason I'm still alive today. It was time to get into that mindset. How could I get this tin can rolling again? I looked down the hall of passenger sections ahead of me. The greatest danger would be getting between the cars to get to the head end of the train. The doors opened with motion detection, so as long as I could get ahead of the Furies, I should be able to dip between the cars quickly. I paused, glancing between the three of them before bolting down the corridor of plastic seating. A loud roar resounded behind me as the first two doors opened and I slipped through them. My lungs began to burn as I hauled myself forward. I knew Fig was probably cursing me as my backpack bounced roughly from side to side on my shoulders with each hurdled step. Another set of doors hissed open and promptly closed right behind me. I built some distance between myself and the Furies, but could still hear their grunts and frantic growls as they closed the gap between us. I reached forward, grasping for the cool metal support bars to try and propel myself just a little faster through the train. Another set of doors, one after the next. I felt like I was running down a never-ending hallway where the exit was always just out of reach, like tunnel vision right before you black out. Why did I choose to get on the last train car? Finally, I could see the conductor car. But as I wedged myself through the barely open mechanized doors, the side of my backpack caught on a rivet and ripped. It slipped off my shoulders and fell to the floor on the other side of the now closed door. No, Fig! I scrambled, clawing at the door to open it, and watched as Fig crawled through the hole ripped in the bag. Open? Why won't this damn door open? Tears flooded my eyes as I panicked, trying to get to my best friend. I could hear the Furies getting closer, their snarls and shouts echoing with each second. I was able to wedge my fingers into the seal of the door, only to barely pull them apart. Come on, Fig, please, squeeze through, buddy. The tabby moved and pawed at the door, unable to fit himself through, and I let out an exasperated cry. Within moments, the Furies slowed to a stroll as they flanked me on either side of the space between train cars. The first Fury spoke again with a low, sinister voice.
Looks like you're trapped now, little mouse.
Author's note. Well, this is the Book 2 finale. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed listening to all of our stories with this second book. We are going to be taking a brief break just to reset our creativity, give ourselves some time to build up a backlog of stories again, but I did want to revisit the story of Fig and Darcy. I definitely think that there will be more to their adventure, and I hope you enjoyed so far. We will see you soon with the next book. Thanks for listening.
This chapter of Bite-Sized Tales has been brought to you under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. Intro and outro music is Fantasy Motion by Alexander Nakarada, provided under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, we greatly appreciate reviews and recommendations to your friends. For more information about our authors, please visit bitesizedtales.com. We look forward to reading to you next time.